The Chicago Bulls are starting their cup play today when it comes against the Atlanta Hawks in Atlanta. Can the Chicago Bulls finally get back in the win column after a 4-game losing streak? We're going to talk about all and more, but first, we got to play that intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. And the Chicago Bulls are taking on the Atlanta Hawks today. This is a team that always really plays the Chicago Bulls close, right? There is a number of games that it came down to like last second shots here recently. That was more so when DeMar DeRozan was here, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Bulls really shape up against the Atlanta Hawks today. This is a team that really, if you look at it, they're still in the bottom of the Eastern Conference as far as like defense. The Bulls do have a 12-8 record against the Atlanta Hawks in the last 20 games against the Hawks, but the last few games have come down to the wire, been extremely close for the Chicago Bulls. So let's hope the Bulls are going to be able to get this dub, man. That's what you want to see. The Bulls need to get a dub. That's what it comes down to. The last game against the Atlanta Hawks, which was on April 17th. That's my son's birthday, by the way. Shout out to Xavier. The Bulls won 131-116. So really want that to watch out and see how that's going to pay off for the Bulls. The Bulls got to be locked in, man. The Bulls against every team. I don't care who the team is at this point in time. You got to be locked in. And if you're not locked in, you're going to get your ass kicked. And when you turn the ball over, when you allow the points in the paint, right, it's really important. That Clint Capella-Nikola Vucevic matchup is going to be really, really important in today's game. And hopefully that they're really prepared for it, because if they're not, listen, Clint Capella, while not the player that he used to be by any stretch of the imagination, we know that his athleticism and with Trey being able to get him alleys, he could be a force on both sides of the ball. So you have to be looking out for that. Also, Jalen Smith is going to be the center battle overall today. I want to see the Bulls win the center battle. That's what I want to see them do. And we hope that that's going to end up being the case in this. And if they can, cool, right? The Bulls got to be prepared in a game like this, man. You cannot come in here lacking by any stretch of the imagination. If you come in lacking, you're gonna go home packing. Is what is gonna happen. So, damn, I didn't even try to rhyme those last. That's crazy. I can't stand this team right now. I'm sniffing an L already, but I'm hopeful they prove me wrong. Let's hope so. Yo, C-Red overtime game incoming. Why would you wish that upon me? Like fuck the Bulls. Why would you wish that upon me? Like, why would you want to see, the stress that I go through following this team? The stress I go through and being a Bulls fan. You wishing upon me? Just fuck my life. The fact to say overtime game? Like, we don't want no overtime. Let's get in here. Let's take care of business. That's what we need to do. Can we just take care of the business? That's what I want to see from the Chicago Bulls. Now, Zach LaVine was listed as questionable, as was Torrey Craig. I don't think we have any updates. We do have the Chicago Bulls posting Zach LaVine getting up and shoot around. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully Zach LaVine. Oh, wait, do we have an update? Still questionable. That was 2 hours ago. The last update was question. Oh, no. Oh, Zach LaVine is in? Zach LaVine's in. Zach LaVine is good to go. 32 minutes ago, Zach LaVine is in this game. So there you go on that one. Let's go get another loss to tank for Flag. Listen, the Bulls are not getting Cooper Flag. It's not going to happen. What's good, Haize? Good to see his son today. And that's funny. And are we about to see some Aussie on Aussie crime? Very possible. Very possible. The Cavs are on one. Okay, listen, the Cavs are playing amazingly well. Game is on Aussie TV today. I'll finally get to watch. Shout out to the Aussies who getting to watch this game. And I hope that's not discriminatory. Like, I don't mean that like negative. Just shout out to the Aussies. Like, I don't mean that bad. And remember to give that shout out to my most favorite son, Little Jabari. What up, Haize and chat? What's going on, Brazil Popular? Word on the street is Trey shaved his head and to see if it helps him. I think that was Photoshop. I think that was photos. I don't think Trae Young actually shaved his head. He's not that sensible. I know Io may not be good offensively this year, but he's gonna shut down Trae. Like, oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. He's gonna shut down Trae every single time. I'm having so much fun being a Bulls fan. Woo, what a time to be live. Shout out to BKR Sport. Celtics look like world beaters again. Celtics look great, bro, on both sides of the ball. Yep, Cali confirms Zach is a go. Zach is a go. Can we shut the F up about tanking? This shit don't fucking work in the NBA. Jesus effing Christ. Listen, people are going to just keep on. It's never going to stop. I just want Haize to eat some fucking Vegemite, man. Get it done, Giddy. I'm sick of waiting. That is hilarious. That's funny. Game day, I won't lie. I'm afraid of this pick and roll defense tonight. Yeah, I mean, you should be. I mean, because it is the Chicago Bulls. You are facing off against a team that does use pick and rolls very effectively and consistently. And I'll say this. Jalen Johnson's about to cook today. Jalen Johnson's about to cook. What do you want? Can I get you a computer? Yeah. What? That's not something you just casually come and ask. I want that. You want a computer? What do you need a computer for? Universe Sandbox. You come say, you gotta come say hi to the people if you're gonna come interrupt my stream. Tell the people what's up. You see, you got the Bears drip on. You see that? You want a computer? How about a laptop? I got like 50 of them just laying around. You want a laptop? All right, bet. We'll work that out for you. You have a lot? Oh, you know what? No, you can have my old editing computer. It's in the garage. I got you. All right. Love you. How old is it? It's only like 5 years old. All right. All right. Peace, homie. Love you. I want a computer. That must be, you know what? It must really be nice. Do you know what the work that I had to do when I was a kid to get my first computer? Do you know how many yards my dad made me cut to get my first computer? That's crazy. Win or lose, just sit here seeking attention from. That's hilarious. When's the last Bulls triple double? That's a good question. Who's the last Chicago Bull to get a triple double? Let's see. The last triple-double by a Chicago Bull. Oh, it was Nikola Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic had a triple-double in January 6, 2023. He had 19 points, 18 rebounds, 10 assists, and 2 blocks. Why don't I remember that game? Did we win that game? And then the last player before him was Lonzo Ball in 2021. And Nikola Vucevic also had one in 2021. So there you go. What's good, Haize, bro? I already crashed out once today. I don't need a second one, but we'll see. Why did you crash out today? What happened to make you crash out today? Man, Dyson Daniels looked like he got potential. Would like the Bulls to get him connection with Giddey too. Probably not going to happen. But I see what you're getting. I see where you're getting. I wouldn't mind that. Not because of the connection to Giddey, but Dyson does have some nice upside there for sure. Bump Jalen Johnson to get him a computer. One life, do it, dad. Teach him the ropes. That is hilarious. That's funny. Hey, yo, dad, can I get a car right quick? That's crazy. That's wild. That's crazy. What up? Give the boy a laptop. It'll keep him out of your hair. It won't. It won't, because he's just going to be like, hey, man, now, hey, he's going to come down here and be like, hey, dad, I was watching you on the computer, so I decided to come down here and get some of this love. I'm not trying to watch the Bulls tank for the rest of the season, but I am interested in the match between Busilis and Zachary Richesher. Let's see if he's dodging him. Another day to get frustrated at the Bulls. I'm feeling a little down about this team now. I mean, listen, don't. I tried to prep you guys for this. I told you guys before the season even started. All the Bulls fans that were saying, "Oh, this team is so much better now that DeMar's gone. We can win 40 games." I was like, "Hey, man, I don't see the 40 games, but hey, shout out to y'all." And keep in mind, we're still out of the play-in right now, and the Philadelphia 76ers and the Milwaukee Bucks have a combined 3 wins so far this season. That's what I say. Now, granted, the Bulls are a half game back technically of the play-in, but like when people are like, well, the Bulls can be a top 6 team in the East, where? Right? Now, you do have teams that are right now probably playing above where they're going to, like the Brooklyn Nets. They're going to tank hard at some point in time. But yeah, it's just the Eastern Conference is just such a interesting place to watch, right? Minnie Hayes, lucky as fuck to have a dad like you. Hey, listen, I have one rule in my house, and it's real talk. I have more than one rule, but like when it comes to my kids, they can get just about whatever they want as long as they doing what they need to do. That's just really what it comes down to. If you're doing what you need to do, chores, school, taking care of business, being respectful, you can get just about anything. Now, I may not be able to make it happen right when you want it, but you're probably going to get it, right? And that just is what it is. This is what it is. 3 triple doubles since 2021. Whilst that one Westbrook season at OKC, he was popping them nightly. Yeah, I mean that's facts. That's facts. Hey, I got a new. Shut up. You ain't got no computer. You would have smoked it. Like unless you can smoke it, you ain't got it. Ain't nobody paying you no attention. TBO. I ain't got time for you today, bro. Be competitive. Losing the games doesn't hurt as much. Damn, forgot about Risha Share. Let's see if he's ducking smoke. Let's see. I look at it like this: get all the bad juju does the way out the way early. Shay, bro, why? Why do you hate me so much to where you type the way you do? Why do you hate me and the English language that much, little bro? Why? What did the English language ever do to you? What assault did letters ever do to you when you were watching Sesame Street as a baby? What did the count fuck you up? What happened? What happened? Why do you hate me so? Why? Get the juju out the way early so that way you know who you are in the middle and the end of the season. Well, if you go off the report that we talked about on today's daily episode, apparently AK's like 30 to 35 games of competitiveness. Let's get everybody's value up. Your bitches gotta go. That's where AK is right now. So another day of the bipolar Bulls basketball. Can hang with most teams, but lose to the most random teams like the effing Pistons or the Trailblazers. The Pistons are actually playing pretty solidly this season. So Scottie Pippen and Scottie Pippen Jr., first father-son with triple doubles in NBA history as of last night. That's crazy. Shout out to the history. Shout out to the history. I needed a link to I've had this hat forever, bro. I honestly I couldn't even I don't hold on, let's see. Let me do a quick Google for you real quick. Let's see if I can find it. But I've had this hat so long, I'm sure it's probably not even sold. Oh, never mind. My windows got rearranged. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, no, it is still for sale. They got it at Rally House. They have a red one with black pinstripes. Add it to the cart. Add it to the cart. Here you go, brother. Link in the chat. That's not where I got it from, but I'm glad that they still have it. Haize is the best Bulls fan of all time. I don't know if I'm the best Bulls fan of all time, but we'll see. Put TB on timeout or block him. TBO's family. He's every family has that one cousin that's just can't get right. That's TBO. Like he's the one member of the family that you just know every day he's gonna fuck up. Every day. You ain't got to worry about it. He's gonna fuck up every day. Then slow down, Shay. You ain't got to type so quick. Get it right, bro. I'm here. I'm here for about 30 to 40 minutes, Shay. You ain't got to rush, bro. What do you think if the up and down West Side Bulls do the most of all things in all time? Shay 2024. Y'all leave. I can mess with Shay. Y'all leave Shay alone. Y'all leave Shay alone. All jokes aside, I just be typing so fast. A lot of things I really want to say, I just be trying to get out. So take your time, bro. We're not leaving, man. We're not going nowhere, bro. We here 82 nights a year, bro. Even more than that sometimes. What's good, brother? If you were running the squad, which crop of young players would you keep, and who would you look to sell? Oh, the young players, I'm keeping all of them, and maybe that would be my doom as a GM. But I'm keeping all the young, until the young guys get to about 24 and show nothing. I'm keeping all the young guys. Kobe, Io, keeping both of them. Dalen, I don't give a damn that he's not scoring. The defensive and disruptive potential that he has, I love it. Julian barely beginning to scratch the surface. He's only in the second year. Modest, he definitely ain't going no damn where. Josh Giddey, 22, 23 years old. He's not going anywhere. I'm keeping all the young guys. All the young guys. Unless the team calls and they're like, hey, we got this right at the end of the lottery, maybe one pick outside the lottery pick. And we really want Patrick Williams. I'll be like, all right, listen, Pat still got tons of potential. We've seen him for about 4 or 5 years at this point. Really good defender. The offense really hasn't been there. All right, here's the thing. I'll take your end of the lottery or right outside the lottery pick, but I need a couple of seconds. I need a couple of seconds thrown in there. If you do that, cool. If not, I'd rather keep Pete Will. Hawks did have to fly back to ATL after last night's game, so at least we have 1 day rest. Yeah, I mean, listen, you want every competitive advantage that you can get, I guess, but I'm not thinking that that's going to make or break the team. If we can't laugh at each other and have a good time this year, it's going to suck harder than Dwight. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild, yo. That's crazy. This man said a Dwight Howard party. That is crazy. Wow. All right. Haize, I don't know how serious you are about the Chicago Bulls, but back in high school, I literally got into it with people for disrespecting Joe Kimno and Derrick Rose, even during the injuries. I mean, I didn't get in any fights over the Chicago Bulls, but then again, like, I am crazy. So I'm not saying that it couldn't have happened, but Haize, I'm off the Kobe and Io train. We need shooters. They aren't that. Okay. I mean, I'm glad you don't run the team. So cool. Realistically, what's the trade value of Kobe and or Io? I don't want to see them traded, but I'd like to know your thoughts on their value. I mean, here's the thing. Young players that are young on reasonable deals and coming off the best seasons of their career, their value's probably high. I would say that the value is probably a unprotected first round pick. I especially if it's a contender. Oh, you better get two unprotected first round picks, or maybe one highly protected and then one unprotected, especially for Kobe. Io, I said it coming into the season. Now his performance has taken this down a little bit, but Io may be the best value trade. He would be one of the best value trade pieces on the market. Period. When you look at the combination of age, potential, still, and the contract, both the rest of this year and next year, that alone is probably going to get you a first round pick. Probably alone going to get you a first round pick. Risha Share had a breakout game, scoring 33 points, 7 rebounds. Modest having even hit 20 points yet, but let's see what happens today. That's completely different roles. If I'm not mistaken, Risha Share is starting, right? We're talking about we got 2 games of double-digit minutes for Modest so far this season. Risha Share is playing. So it's not really fair to compare them or what Risha Share has been able to accomplish yet. And listen, Zachary Risha Share was the number 1 overall fucking pick. Like, let's just be clear here, right? So, it is what it is when it comes down to it. Let's be real. Doing a trade with the Los Angeles Lakers would be the dumbest idea ever. They could have draft picks and the players they want to give us our ass. It depends on how you look at it. It depends on how you look at it. Because if cap relief is the biggest thing, then we'll see. I saw a video of yours saying that they could trade Kobe. Makes absolutely no sense. Bulls don't draft well enough to get rid of young asses. That's a great point. Not the staff anyway. If they do that, I'm out of this for a while. The management group makes zero sense. I mean, it was an article by Joe Cowley, so always take that with a grain of salt. Because Joe Cowley, sometimes I'm not saying that Joe Cowley's never been right because he has been. right? Even in my dislike of Joe Cowley, I won't sit here and say he's never been right about something. He has been right about some things. But a lot of times, for those that have been Bulls fans for a long time, have read a lot of Joe Cowley or even seen a lot of Joe Cowley's takes, sometimes Joe Cowley wakes up and literally he'll be like, you know what would be funny? If the Chicago Bulls trade Zach LaVine to the Mad Ants. And then he'll be like, hey, look out for this. Zach LaVine could go to the Mad Ants. It's like, wait a second, Joe, that's a G League team. It's possible. And then you look up the NBA rules and be like, yeah, technically it's possible. What the fuck we talking about, Joe? That's how Joe Cowley writes his articles sometimes. Literally. You could tell. Joe just wake up and be like, man, Zach LaVine on the Golden State Warriors and us getting Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody back sound would be a really good deal. And then he'll write the article. Hey, y'all need to look out. There's a potential here that Zach LaVine could go to the Golden State Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody could come back helping the Chicago Bulls, their youth movement. It's like he wakes up and dreams something and then retroactively tries to make it make sense and then writes the article as if somebody told him that shit. And it'd be like, Joe, really? Joey. That's why I call him Joey Crack. Because sometimes Joe be on crack. I don't care what nobody says. Y'all can go clip this, tag him in it. Joe Cowley, he knows not to fuck with Haize. So, it is what it is. He already got cooked once. Joe Cowley don't even respond to me. Because he knows you say the wrong thing, I'm flaming your ass. I'm lighting you the fuck up. How the hell you 655 years old and don't understand consent? Never mind. Let's not get in. I hate Joe Cowley as a person. As a person, I hate Joe Cowley. He's gonna be 100% honest with y'all. Let's see more of Buzz tonight. He needs Buzz. Is that what y'all call him? Buzillis is Buzz. I don't like that. Not gonna lie to you. I don't really like that. Call him what you will. I'm just saying. I don't like that as a nickname for Modest. Teams will definitely be banking on IO shooting coming back around. That's a fact. As an Aussie, I gotta ask, even though I've known about it forever, why do you have these ridiculous blackout rules regarding watching games? Because of television contracts, because of contracts. That's all it is. It's because of contracts with networks. Yeah, I was about to start flaming Acme on comments. Then I saw it was from Joe and calm down. Sometimes they just fishing for content. Yeah, that's Joe Cowley. I'd okay if Vooch trade to Indy if they take Carter and we get turned. Well, so that's the thing though. If they trade for Vooch, they're looking to pair Vooch with Miles Turner. So we're not gonna. That's not what we're gonna get. We're not gonna get. You're right, Hayes. I forgot he was a start. Yeah, that's it. Rooster Share is averaging 26.7 minutes. You can combine the first 5 games of Modest Bucilla's career, and he doesn't even get to that amount of minutes. So, it's just different places that they're in, man. So, Zach is out. Yeah, we already talked about it, Joe. Zach is playing tonight, so we did talk about that. On some real shit, my boy, kudos to you for all the dedication you have to covering all of Chicago sports on a 24/7 basis, even while being a single father of 4 kids. Big props, much love. How do you make time? I don't sleep. So, there's that. I've saved a bunch of time by switching the team no sleep. And yeah. Yeah, by the way, for those that don't know, you'll be getting your first Windy City Bulls G League review episode. As the Windy City Bulls have now played a game of basketball, you'll be getting that today. Not today, tomorrow, sometime tomorrow. I'll get that episode out. It probably won't be till tomorrow night. So look out for that. But the Windy City Bulls did open it up with a dub. So y'all make sure y'all stay in tune for that one. EJ Liddell had a pretty solid game. So yeah, really love to see that, man. Really love to see that. I think DJ Stewart had a really big game as well. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah. So if you guys want to be able to stay up to date on what going down with the Windy City Bulls, how our players down there are developing, Sundays you'll be getting that episode once a week on Sundays is when I'll be dropping that. Matter of fact, because hold on, I may have to push that back. I just thought about something. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so they play tomorrow too. So yeah, they play tomorrow. So I'll have two games to talk about on the first Windy City Bulls episode, and then play three games before next Sunday. So yeah, we back cracking. We back cracking. We are back cracking. Can we all just agree media members like Joe Cowley or really anyone in the media industry are really some shit receptive? Not everyone. There are some good people. Like Casey Johnson's a good dude. Regardless of how you feel about his writing, Casey Johnson is a good dude. The other one of my favorite Bulls, or there's two of my favorite Bulls writers. I actually do love Will Gottlieb when he how he writes, and then Elias Schuster from Bleacher Nation. I love those guys. I love both of those guys writing. They're probably two of my favorite Bulls writers right now that cover the team regularly. So, what are your expectations for the win? I don't have expectations for G League teams. That's just my literally. I don't come in like, hey, they better make the G League playoffs. This team can win a G League championship. I just don't for the G League teams. So, it is what it is. You should do top 5 prospects for the Bulls outside of Cooper Flag. This team is not. I won't do that until towards the end of the year. I don't know if you're new here. Fire them cannons, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel because this comment's coming from X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. But I do the most comprehensive draft coverage of any Chicago Bulls channel. I covered 41 prospects last year, leading into the 2024 draft. So I do everything. I'll do position by position. Then I do my tiers list as far as like, this is the tier that I think I would love the Bulls to take. This is the next tier of players that I think could be really good. This is the high upside tiers. So if you want the most comprehensive draft coverage for the Chicago Bulls, I am proud to say that I provide that coverage. So we've done that 3 off seasons in a row now. Yeah, because the first season I started, I didn't do draft coverage because I actually didn't start till after the draft. So yeah, we're three draft coverages into this podcast being a thing, and I think most of the people will be able to tell you, man. So. Man, the team just moved up to 240 under. Okay, I don't follow betting. I don't bet, so Oh no, I'm Uncle Dave on YouTube. Just catching you on Twitter X, my guy. Good coverage, sir. Keep it. Oh, I appreciate it. Okay, now I do know who you see when the usernames. See, I'm one of the few people, and I didn't realize that everybody doesn't do this. My username is the same everywhere, like literally everywhere. Personally, it's CEO Haize. If it's Bulls, it's Bull Central Pod. Everywhere, I keep the same username everywhere. That way, people ain't got to ask if it's me. So I know you don't think Billy getting fired until his contract is up, but do I think there's any way he does? If they keep having fourth quarter collapses, listen. Here's the thing: Billy Donovan is so entrenched, not just with AK, who AK does love him, but as well as with ownership. I just don't see that. Oh shit! Definitely ordering that hat. Add to cart. So that's definitely. I just don't see it happening. Not to say that I don't want it to happen or whatever, but I just think that, like I said it many times, once Billy Donovan said that he talked to Jerry Reinsdorf every day, I knew then he wasn't going anywhere anytime soon. I knew it then. I had no doubt then he wasn't going anywhere anytime soon, personally. So that's just my thought process on that. Haize be working. Hey, this is what I do. And I said it when I said this, right? When I decided to do a Chicago Bulls and Bears podcast, I would not have done it if I didn't want to be the best at it, right? Not only is it just something that I love to do anyway. I love to talk Bulls. I love to cover things Bulls. Like, this is what I do with my life. And then I decided to have a podcast, but like, I've even grown. People will tell you that they've been watching me. Like, I've grown, and even the way that I present it, right? Like, I've increased my knowledge. Like the episode I did last week and going deep into the analytics, doing that deep analytical dive. Like, that's not something I would have done before I started the podcast, but it is something I realized, like, hey, I got this love and this passion for the Bulls. I have this platform. I want to make sure that you can get everything that you need for the Chicago Bulls from Chicago Bulls Central. So, and of course I have my places that I'm stronger at, places that I'm weaker at, those type of things. But like, I just love to be able to realize and to say you can get everything you need from analysis to takes to passion to just overall history and the knowledge of the team, you can get all that here at Chicago Bulls Central. Right. So, and that's not to say you're not going to go other places as well. But if this was the only place that you subscribe to for your Bulls coverage, I got you covered. And that's just what I wanted to do when I created this. So, but all right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and ready to wrap this up. Game starts in 30 minutes, man. Let's see if they got the starting lineup out. But with Zach LaVine back, we pretty much know what the starting lineup is going to be. That's not a surprise, right? Now, what's going to be interesting to watching this is with Zach LaVine back healthy, do we see Miles Buzelis assigned back to the G League between now and Monday? That's going to be an interesting thing to watch. That's going to be a really interesting thing to watch. But all right, love you guys. Go Bulls. See Red. I will see you guys right here.